record. Okay. So what is Docker? Docker we simply a container virtualization only. Okay. Okay. So you can go to different sources like what is Docker and all. So if you go to Docker website, simply it will tell what is Docker it is. To help developer and development teams build and ship apps, to build and ship both for building and shipping also. This is a Docker Hub. So Docker Hub contains like our GitHub, same thing like a Docker Hub. Docker Hub contains itself so many images and all. So here I'm going to explain what is a Docker thing in my page. Here, first understand virtualization. Okay. Here I have a PC. It's a physical PC. Just for example, I have in physical PC, I have a CPU. Maybe a 2-core PC or CPU is there. RAM is there, right? So I have a RAM of, for example, 8 GB RAM. 8 GB RAM is there. So this is our PC's configuration, right? And of course, hard disk and other things also there, right? Now my PC is currently Windows 10. Okay, Windows 10 operating system. Okay, this is physical PC. Now I develop an application. I want to check in application. Otherwise, I want to run an application in a particular environment. Okay, so for example, I want a machine to run this application. Instead of running in my physical machine, what I'm going to do is I need to a virtual machine to run it, right? Otherwise, you have to use another physical machine. So instead of building a multiple physical machine, it is a cost effective. So some lot of cost we are putting on it, right? For example, I have a laptop now. For our practical, I purchased a new desktop. It cost me around 35 to 40,000. Okay, so total cost is effective cost of mine is 40,000. The single PC is a cabinet and everything is costed. Okay, so I have to build a PC, but I need a very less. So so around 30 minimum we have to put it for this configuration. Okay, around 30 we should put it. So I put a 16 GB RAM. That's why it is become 40,000. Okay, so instead of that one, I need a 2 GB machine. So then what I am doing it is, so I created a virtual machine, right? So I created a virtual machine. I created a virtual machine. So creating virtual machine means simple. Like we create a new virtual machine like this. That's a machine creation. After creation virtual machine, you have to do? You have to install OS, right? You have to install OS. It will again take time. So and it occupy data from your physical device only, so physical machine only. And this OS should be run. So the OS should be run. Again, it will occupy your RAM capacity only. Again, you have to assign something at least minimum 2 GB for a general any operating system. Minimum one CPU core it is using. Okay, one virtual CPU is required for running this one, right? To run a complete operating system. So here, if you see, I want Jenkins only. For example, I want Jenkins only, but to install Jenkins, I have to install Windows 10, and then I will install Java, and then I have to install um, 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 uh, Jenkins. And after installation of Jenkins, the required plugins I have to install, right? So OS consuming some data from my physical PC, right? So OS consuming RAM. So OS is consuming RAM. Entire OS thing is RAM. But I don't need all the OS part. To install a Jenkins, I don't require Notepad. To install a Jenkins or to work with a Jenkins, I don't require a Google Chrome. To run my Jenkins, I don't require internet browsers, or maybe what we can say the backend applications like paintbrushes don't require, graphics don't require anything. So simply I want to run Jenkins. That's it. I don't want any other extra with the operating system. But those things comes with your operating system, so you cannot ignore it. So that why your operating system and their operating system and applications by default applications will consume more RAM capacity. Again, I created a virtual machine, so I install a OS. Along with the OS, those OS related tools and applications are came to my virtual machine, right? And I am consuming main RAM power, processor power, because of I'm using a certain OS inside, and I'm consuming your RAM, so more RAM I'm consuming because of I have to run the operating system and as well as the application. Here, I want to run some application. So this application, to run some application, so what we required. So we'll see. I want to run some application. So what we require. Okay. What we require to run this application. So of course, what we require to run this application, the environment is required. Okay. For example, it's a Java project, then it is a JRE is required. If it is a .NET type of application, .NET framework is required. If it is just a Windows normal application like okay, so Windows based Win32 based application, we need a Win32 environment to run environment. Background services are required, and the program files and registries are required to run an application, right? And so where is this environment is provided by operating system, right? Where it is running, it is this environment to run the application. Application runs on environment in a .dll files and the files, right? So it runs on a where it is located in operating system only, and this application and operating system runs on your hardware, right? In hardware only, in run on your hardware only. But this operating system is also having a not only a required things for application, also it contains so many other things also, so many extra things also. Because of that one, it's consuming more hardware power. Okay. Now what Docker will do it? So what Docker will do it? So we'll see here we have our hardware. We have our hardware and we have our operating system. Okay. In this operating system, two parts are there. One is kernel, another one is shell part. Okay. And this Docker is a container. Docker is nothing but a small container. And whenever you are initialized Docker engine is created different images, right? So like this Docker create engine using that application, so we can create a different container. In this container, okay, the required environment, to run an application, what are the required environment? The required environment means required supporting .dll files or services files or other configuration files. The required environment will provided inside this container only. To run an application, the required environment is here only. Okay, in this only. But to run this application, not only environment, it need a hardware resources also. To access hardware resources, we need an operating system kernel also. But this container don't have any kernel, because OS means if you are installing a OS means you are installing kernel first, right? So which interacts with your hardware, The kernel is interacting with your hardware, right? Shell interacts with user and application interfaces, right? So it is required a kernel. So here in the Docker, we don't have a kernel or a shell. So only the shell related environments only there. To run an application on a hardware, we need a kernel. So through kernel only we are accessing it. So what happened here? This container use our operating system kernel to interact with your hardware. It means we no need to install kernel again, right? So we don't, that container don't require kernel. Very simple. So I'm coming back to our virtual machine thing. Here I install operating system and I created a virtual machine and I install operating system. This OS and these applications while they're running, it use OS shell and OS kernel also. Okay, it contains separate kernel. It contains separate kernel, and this kernel interacts with your virtual machine hardware. Virtual machine hardware, right? It means virtual machine, virtual CPU, your virtual RAM, means your whatever we are allocated for virtual machine, that RAM space and all, it will running on this one only. This kernel running on your virtual machines, running on your virtual machines resources only. This kernel running on virtual machine resources, this shell running on virtual machine resources, and oh, again 10 minutes. Okay, so this OS is running and applications are running on this virtual machines resources only. Okay, so these virtual machine resources are consuming from your physical machine hardware, right? Physical machine, so from physical CPU, from physical RAM and physical hard disk. Okay, it consuming these resources, right? So but there is a layer is there in between this machine to our physical hardware, is a layer is there. It not directly, this OS is not directly interact with our hardware. These applications are not interact with our operating system or hardware directly, not interacting. Virtual machine operating system, virtual machine applications not interact with our physical machine operating system or physical machine hardware, directly not interacting it. Okay, but when you create a virtual machine, the virtual machine, the machine hardware is taking resources from our physical machine. Virtual machine, the required resources, okay, the required resources are taken from our physical machine only. But the internal virtual machine means operating system and application and drivers consuming resources from their own virtual machine only. So it is like a chain type. So these voice and application take virtual hardware, right? And this depends upon our physical hardware, right? So these steps are there, but here it is not like that. So here it is not like that. It is, so I'm going to remove this part again. I will tell it. Here I have a physical hardware. I have a physical hardware. Okay, and I have a Docker. What is this Docker? Docker is one of the tool used for container virtualization. Now, if you have a 2016 or 2019 servers, you will get a container virtualization directly, so you don't require a Docker separately. Or if you are going to Windows, CentOS 8 or a Red Hat 8 version, so Docker directly container virtualization is there. But this Docker will create, using this Docker, okay, it create environment like a containers, images containers here. Okay, this container when it is some application running here, the required environment to running an application, okay, that will be here only. Application and application related environment means the runtime in libraries, runtime libraries like a Java runtime environment, JRE file. Okay, so JRE file or a .NET framework, or maybe the base services. Okay, DLL files. Okay, so config files or whatever the things, depends upon OS and application things. That environment is created here only. That environment is created here only. Application running in this container only. This container is not mixed with your operating system, so it won't mix with your OS and OS application. It's separately running, virtually running. It's virtually running. Virtually means separate, means complete isolation from our hardware and operating system to your containers. It's a separate one. Okay. Now, but environment is there, but it does not contain OS to run. Means OS kernel is not there. So there to interact with your hardware. So nothing will alone. Without hardware we can't run anything. Without hardware we can't run anything. So we need some hardware resources to run an application or some run a machine or run some code or run the script. Whatever it is, we require a hardware resources to run it, right? So we need a processor, we need a RAM, and we need other things. Either virtually or physically, we need something. Okay. So what this will do, it consumes your OS. It take the it will use your OS kernel. It use your OS kernel to interact with your hardware. So then it can able to use your hardware. It can able to use your hardware. So what is the Docker will doing? So Docker is a container virtualization. So we can create a multiple containers, and each container can have different application. We can run it. Each container we can run a different applications, and the container contains application related environment. But the container does not have operating system, kernel, and hardware. So the container utilize your hardware through your operating system kernel, your operating system kernel only. So it is also interacting with your kernel, and it is also interacting with your kernel. So then they can interact with your hardware. So they can use your processor and all. Okay, so what is the advantage of using Docker, and what is the advantage of using a virtual machine? Means VMware workstation or a Hyper-V or a virtual box to create a virtual machine, or what is the advantage of using a Docker? That is also important. Okay, so it's come to virtual machine. So whenever we call as a virtual machine, means you create a virtual machine in a hypervisor environment or direct desktop virtualization like a VMware workstation. Like we created a virtual machine right here. So two virtual machines are there here, and of course there's three virtual machines. One is a CentOS, another one is DevOps to Windows 10. Windows 10 we created. Okay. Um, okay, so guys, we are about to disconnect in 3 minutes. So once it is disconnected, take 5 minutes only, just 5 minutes, and then we'll connect it back. So I have to skip lunch only, okay, because I'm late and I have some issues. So what you will do, so just once it is disconnected after 5 minutes, just connect it back, and I will explain how to deal with the Docker. At least I will show you installation of Docker immediately. Then Monday we'll discuss Docker with Jenkins, how we can able to do with our application learning in a Docker and Docker practical. Monday I will do it. Tuesday I want your help, not help. I will give you one by one exercise. So remotely, so one by one, we can use your mouse to do that one. Okay. Or we can connect with the team viewer one by one. So someone send a message. Or, okay, I send a message. Okay, no problem. Okay, guys. Here again, come back here. Advantage of virtual machines. First, advantage of virtual machine is compared to Docker is lot of things are there in a virtual machine, because different operating systems we can able to install, and which operating system you want it, or mostly you can go 32-bit hardware, 64-bit hardware. Okay, and Linux, Unix, Windows servers, Windows older version, newer version, different type of kernels like a Windows type of kernels or Linux type of kernels or Unix type of kernels. Okay, different Linux kernel versions. We can install any virtual machine, and irrespective of your application requirements. Only we are picking mind our physical hardware capacity and virtual machine requirements. So that is the only one thing we can do it. You can install Windows operating system, you can install Linux operating system, you can install anything. You can create a multiple virtual machines. It depends upon your physical resources, and what are the OS we can able to install inside, we can do it. So that's a very simplest thing, right? What is a advantage of Docker and disadvantage of Docker. So compared to virtual machine, disadvantage of Docker is you cannot do different virtual machines. You can't do different kind of virtual machines. You can different kind of OSs. You cannot do it. Okay, that's the thing. Because if you are using a your physical machine kernel means based on your physical machine kernel only we can deal with your Docker. Okay, so Docker runs in a machine. It requires machines OS and machines hardware also, and not all kind of applications we cannot run it. So we fixed a certain things only we can able to do it. Okay, that is in a Docker. But coming to the virtual machine thing, to run a simple Java program, for example, hello Java, I want to run it. So for that one, I need if I created a virtual machine, it means I'm consuming huge